Hello, my name is Chris Leahy-Gross. I work at UW Hospital in Madison, Wisconsin, and I will be presenting to all of you Fix My Practice Act. This relates to a inclusion into the Wisconsin State Statute 441, which is the Wisconsin's Nurse Practice Act. There was an inclusion of a section of this Nurse Practice Act that relates to anesthesiologists to nurse anesthetist student ratios, and this is section 441.11, which is part of the Nurses Practice Act. We feel strongly that we should eliminate it because of the fact that it does mandate some ratios which we don't want to be part of within nursing education. The other thing that I want to mention is that this really was done without consultation without ANA or the State Board of Nursing. So the Senate Bill 383 was passed about a year ago in February of 2012, which included this last-minute amendment to the Wisconsin Nurses Practice Act. I'll talk a little bit about the issues related to this. The first issue is that Wisconsin Act 160 authorizes the licensure of anesthesiologist assistants, which is actually oversight by the Wisconsin Medical Board, and this is part of State Statute 448.22. And then they did amend this particular section 441.11, the Nurses Practice Act, which is mandating the anesthesiologist and nurse anesthetist student ratio. So it really had nothing to do with the legislation of the Wisconsin Medical Examining Board. So again, it didn't really flow with the purpose of the that particular bill. The other issue that I mentioned earlier is that the student nurse anesthetist to instructor ratio of 2-to-1, which is mandated in that particular bill, does create a precedent for nursing education related to ratios, which I think is very difficult for any clinical education setting, and it's something that I think that WNA and nursing in general does not want to get into. One of the first reasons for this becoming bad policy is that having a 2-to-1 ratio and having it be legislated will be cost prohibitive. We really need to look at our ratios of student to instructors. It really needs to be individualized and based upon what education is being sought after at that moment. The other issue for consideration is that the Wisconsin Board of Nursing under State Statute 441.01 is responsible for maintaining the standards for nursing education, and this does not include any ratios, unlike the 441.11. So there is information in that particular bill that relates to nursing education, and not the nurse anesthetist shouldn't be part of the Nurse Practice Act anyway. And then, of course, given the dynamic and complex nature of healthcare delivery, the establishment of set ratios really needs to be fluid and flexible and not mandated, particularly in a bill or standards that's difficult to move with the times. So probably most importantly, again, is that the Wisconsin Board of Nursing nor the Wisconsin Nurses Association was apprised of the pending amendment. It was really passed at the 11th hour. We really do believe that there needs to be consultation by WNA and, of course, the Board of Nursing before anything is included in our Nurse Practice Act. So what we're doing as far as the fix is that WNA is working with the legislature to change this particular section of the bill. It would remove Section 441.11. And we are asking that all nurses, nursing students sign and lobby with their legislature to fix My Practice Act. There are postcards available on the WNA website, as well as just contacting your legislature to let them know that this needs to be fixed, that Section 441.11 must be removed from our Nurse Practice Act. Once the final legislative bill is drafted and available, that will be circulated and co-sponsored by WNA, and then we'll make sure that additional sign-ons are available and updated through the WNA Pulse. So again, sign Fix My Practice Act postcards, talk with your legislature, I think we really need to be an active participant, particularly with anything that's related to our Wisconsin Nurse Practice Act. If you have any questions, please call me. Thank you.